Well, I gotta tell you, I guess two only means good things if it's double blessings, ooh, BOGO sale, or ice cream scoops. Because Lord Jesus, to have one dollar hate you is one thing, Bill, but to have two, oh my Lord Jesus, let's get into it. It is time for your Beyond the Gates episode 28 after show. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed your weekend, I definitely enjoyed mine. Took care of some business, just took a little bit of me time out for me. So I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed your weekend. But let's get into it because it's a new episode coming up today. So let's get you all caught up. So we kick it off with the last conversation that we had with Ted and Nicole, and we learned that Joey Armstrong's mom passed away last year, and the doctor was named Ernie Fleck. He did a nip tuck on Joey Armstrong's mom and died on the table. He fled town because he was afraid of the wrath of Joey Armstrong. Um, so then we're with Diego and Vanessa, and Diego says, if there's enough people telling you that there's something there, you might want to listen. That's a tipping point, according to Diego. And then Vanessa says there's a tipping point where your jealousy can be hot to not so hot. So Bill's wife canceled, I think tennis or some appointment this morning, and I guess Haley learned that Team Dani is not for her, and then Bill and Naomi are talking, and it looks like Bill is having a stroke, um, which was quite, dangerous, right? Um, I mean, Bill is still a bastard to waste, but a stroke, you don't want anybody to go through that. That's a terrible thing. So, that might be hereditary in his family. We'll see. Um, and of course, we don't know Bill's mom and dad and everybody in between, so we'll see. Because that could be a very serious medical issue for his side of the family. So then we're at Grayland Hospital. Andre's getting the shoot ready. Um, then we see. Then we before all that. Sorry, I skipped over something. In the first section of this, Derek and Haley are talking at All Free Jeans. Now, with that being said, the ladies love their pickleball, and they are icing out Haley, right? So Haley is on the outside looking in because nobody is wanting to spend time with her. Um, then we talk about Dani. We talk. Now we're at Dani at this point. Dani's talking to Jonathan about the fashion show, and Dani's telling Julia and Jonathan to get their wish list of people that they would want to work the fashion show. And Dani and Kat come in to show the first bag, so a very big moment for them and their company and their brand and everything in between. And Chelsea is in the show as long as she can walk with the bag. So the fashion show is saved, which is a good thing. I'm glad that happened. Um, and sometimes you do need, some love, grace, and space. Just, take the time to figure things out. And I think it's a win-win for everybody. I still think that, she could do the fashion show for 3 years and, um, have her fashion brand be a huge part of it. But also, to understand when it's time to walk away, it's time to walk away. Yes, indeed. So Chelsea changed her mind because of the commitment that she made, and she didn't want to leave. The chair didn't lurch in these kids' dreams that, this is their way of chasing theirs, and she's chasing her dreams, which is a very admirable thing, Chelsea, I will have to say. Beautiful. Yes, indeed. And so she wants to walk in the show with the bag. Naomi and Bill have a human moment, and Bill says, see, my hand is fine. And this is not some emotional plea to get you to drop the case. And I thought that was a decent moment. I mean, he still is a bastard of waste, but, I think that for Bill to, dismiss that so quickly, I think, he really does need to get himself checked out. No one will join Haley for a drink. You can't buy company or class from Vanessa's mouth. Except the Hamiltons can sell you. Vanessa sold Bill Hamilton a home, and Diego said, I don't care about what's going on, whether it's Dani's mess, Haley's mess, or two consenting adults, doing things in a particular class. They're spot 5 minutes, and Vanessa's like, no, I would love to, but unfortunately I have to do this. And Vanessa, ooh, that little tramp that she is, scurries off to the class. She loves herself some varieties of Hershey's chocolate. I'll just say that. Oh man, her mouth is full all the time, ain't it? With a bunch of different varieties of chocolate. Anyway, yes, I know I just double spoke. So moving on. Let's see here. I heard it from Ernie himself. We're back with Ted and Nicole. You told me that Ernie went around the world, not that he, butchered the surgery in so many words. I didn't want Jerry Armstrong's name in your mouth. And Nicole is going to tell Vanessa about what's going on. And then Bill is having flashbacks about Leslie, right? Because, Bill told Nicole, what was going on with Joey Armstrong, but has told her about Leslie, right? And don't worry, we will get to Leslie here in just a little bit. So yeah, moving on. Haley thanks Derek for being kind, and Derek said that there are doors for other friends. Maybe you need to start finding them. And then Shanice is feeling herself. We're at Grayland Hospital. There's a lot of knowledge in this package, and health has changed from artificial intelligence, telehealth, automation, holistic solutions, and also too that there is burnout, more turnover. So first of all, shout out to every single nurse, surgeon, and everybody in between that works at hospitals around the country and around the world. You make our world better, you make it stronger, and you surely give life to the world. And I wish that everybody would have done the right thing on November 4th, because right now, with the waste of life administration that we have, and the waste of a life of a president who his own mom said that he was stupid and should not get into politics. I love him, but he's stupid. Those are his mom's words. Okay. I wish everybody would have done the right thing, because honestly, I believe everybody who gave valiantly, selflessly, and graciously during the COVID-19 pandemic, I believe y'all student loan debt deserves to be paid off, because without y'all, we would not have made it through that. So shout out to all the nurses, doctors, and everybody in between the hospitals throughout the country and around the world, and especially overseas, and to everyone who is in the medical world fighting for us in the U.S. Navy, Army, and Air Force, and American Red Cross, and missions around the world for the Christian community. So thank y'all for what y'all do. Y'all are really, really, really amazing. Thank you for what you do. So then, let's see here. So some of the nurses are talking in the documentary. One says that, the most important thing is that I see him, I see the patient. No one listens like a nurse. And then Shanice chokes up. So I guess Little Miss, performing arts school just got caught up. I guess she did. Um, Dani is happy that Chelsea is back for one night, and the runway return would have been good for Dani, but she is excited that Chelsea is back. Yes, indeed. And Dani and Naomi talk, about everything going on. Dani does not know that Bill almost had a heart attack. And, Dani mentions it, and Naomi doesn't know how to relay that information because like I said, I feel for Dani in this fact, right? What Bill did was wrong. It was classless. It was trash behavior. But also, too, they are still co-parents, right? Even when your kids are grown, they're still kids. So, excuse me. I don't know how Dani would have handled that conversation. So, Ashley and Bill talk about, what's going on, and that, Bill is still trying to fight for the club, and Haley said that, it's okay. I just gotta learn that this is where my world is, right? So Vanessa and Nicole talk, and Nicole drops the bomb that Joey's mom passed away a year ago. And then we're back at Grayland Hospital with Sharice. And Sharice says that nurses have to improvise. And, talked about Ashley's experience. And so then Ashley is in the documentary, and she said that, while girls were playing princess, she was fixing arms, legs, and necks, and she never wanted to do anything else. And, Andre asked, can you tell us about her experience, at Grayland Hospital, and in so many words. And Ash said, you're going to have to flip the camera on yourself for that one. I couldn't have done it without you. And Shanice was smiling. She could tell that there was something going on there between Ashley and Andre. Dani and Naomi talk about Bill and Naomi that, that there's a lot of variables for going after Bill. And Dani is in full support. She's just being mama bear and being worried. I think that's very understandable, considering the bastard of waste that Bill is. Haley wants to do her part in stopping, the pain that that she caused. But when you cause the pain, that doesn't mean everybody's going to accept you wanting to heal the pain, right? Just because you cause pain doesn't mean everybody's going to want to accept that you're trying to heal the pain. Just because you cause the pain doesn't mean everybody's trying to accept that you want to be in healing of the pain. So Haley has to go back to Orphe Jeans and get biscuits, and how unfortunate it would be if she ran into one of the women, right? So now we're at Ted Nicole's house. So Ted Nicole's house. So Ted is trying to figure out this new appointment portal, and he cannot figure it out. And they are not friends. The appointment portal and Ted are not friends. And so, Kat comes in, solves it, and Ted's like, what am I going to do when you leave? And soon as I heard that, I'm just like, why are they recasting Maurice Johnson? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Brainly, I am. Y'all leave the formula alone. I don't know how Keith D. Richardson is going to do. God bless the man. I'm sure he'll do great. This, that, and the third. But no. I don't like it. CBS, whatever's going on, fix this. Fix it and fix it. Because I like this version of Ted. He is strong. He is confident. But you also see his vulnerabilities, but they're not overwhelming to the show. Not everybody has to be on a 10. Sometimes we need those people who can bring the vibe down to a crisp 1. Okay, so and not to mention, we're so used to Maurice Johnson playing Ted that I mean, I'm still gonna watch the show and review it, but like CBS, don't mess with the formula. Okay, just no. I literally thought that when Ted said, what am I going to do when you leave? Um, and so let's see here. The bag debut in Chelsea. Oh yeah, so Kat talked about the bag debut that's going to be in the fashion show, and that Chelsea and Daniel have to hate each other. And where is Mom? Nicole is saving the day. Dani, we're with Dani and Naomi now. The mother in me, the scorched woman in me wants you to scorch the earth with Bill, but the mother in me wants you to step back because you know how Bill is. And I feel for Naomi that every person in her life is telling her to be careful or to pull out the lawsuit with Bill. So I do feel that. In the same token, why can't, Naomi do this thing? Because guess what? At the beginning, middle, end of the day, she is a lawyer. So it's like, when will Naomi get to be free? And guess what? Bill's the one that caused all this wrong to be done. So then Dani and Naomi talk about the little girl that Naomi has, and Naomi is like, well, guess what? That little girl is just as mature as Mom, and he also did this. So somebody has to hold him to account, and it should be me. Very proud of Naomi for standing up for herself. It can be very dicey to stand up for yourself in a situation where you don't know the outcome. So then Chelsea came by Bill's office, and he is so excited to talk to Chelsea, but Chelsea does not want to hug Bill. I feel Chelsea. I will not hug that bastard away either. And Chelsea talks about her convo with Haley, and Chelsea learns that Bill did not send Haley to talk to her, but Bill notes that. And one of the women is meeting with Haley, Becky. I do not know why Becky is out of her lane, because honestly, like, these women go back and forth so much. Like, they want Naomi, then they didn't want Naomi because they thought about her relationship. Then they finally take on the case. Then they go and meet for a settlement without their lawyer. Now Becky is me with Haley. Like, it's just, oh my God. Sorry, y'all. So if you all remember with Haley, when she said to Naomi, we will bankrupt your little firm, make you go out of business, and this, that, and the third. And how, she said that, these women have frivolous cases and they're big mad and stuff like that. And remember how whipped the flying fuck off about how Haley did not want to support women? I put in my notes, Haley is a Kenya revenge P Moore. I said what I said. Kenya Moore is a revenge P Moore. Kenya Moore is a revenge P Moore. By the way, I saw some of y'all on Sunday in some live videos and some uploads of like, oh, Kenya, you went too far. But I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What, y'all the same motherfuckers that said Britney should be off the show? I'm like, y'all are some of the most flip-flopping motherfuckers that I have ever seen on social media. And like I said, I was right. Because Because what I said in the last review, just a side note, because it does relate to this, right? That while Britney Edie said what she said and she was wrong for saying that, Kenya Moore still did Revenge P, and we're not negating that. I don't give a fuck what Dustin Dry Ass Ross said. I don't give a fuck what Claudia Jordan said. I certainly don't give a fuck what Carlos King, liar, pants on fire King has said. Okay? I don't care. I don't care, and I don't care. And the reason why I say all that is because people seem to throw glass stones when their house is just as broken. Okay. And with Claudia Jordan, like I said, I know her from Deal or No Deal, T-Gift, that whole situation. I think Claudia Jordan, while she has her flaws, I think she has always tried her best to be better. Carlos King and Dustin Ross, they could be thrown away to the incinerator of garbage, just like with Kanye West and Ray J and our president. Who else, child? Who else? Oh, Diddy and R. Kelly and many others, child. Because those two wastes of life, I just don't get it. You're saying Britney E's looking for a moment, but Kenya Moore still did Revenge P. But Dustin Ross and Carlos King are for Revenge P because they disrespected Melody when she was going through Revenge P. So, like I said, with all that being said, I said what I meant when I said if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. And to those of you who flip-flopped on Britney Edie and now onto Kenya Moore's ass, I just want you to just reflect on if you support toxicity, strife, and chaos about somebody who terminated themselves and they came back through another form and they haven't done nothing since then because they ain't got nothing to create. I'm just saying, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. So let's get back to the review. I said all that because what Haley says is this, I should have called, right? And I should not have taken the position. And Becky was like, yeah, no one takes a position that somebody that I've trained, nobody should take a position that I trained them for, nor call back when I get fired. So Becky was the one that trained Haley for the position. And then Haley says, and I quote, let's change the firm together, you and me. But did you say that these women have frivolous lawsuit and you were in support of sexual harassment and a toxic work environment? You are Kenya Revenge P Moore, Kenya Revenge P Moore, Kenya Revenge P Moore. A Fairmount crest is Haley Hamilton. And I said what the fuck I said. I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, you have to be out your ever loving mind. You have to be. You have to be out your ever loving mind. You just have to be. I was just like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. There just ain't no way. Oh, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. So then we get back to the documentary at Greater Hospital. Ashley holding that baby made her who she is. Then Joey and Vanessa talked about everything. Then Chelsea, she owns her power, in the words of the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. A rose is still a rose, baby girl. You hold the power. He can't leave you or take you, make you or break you, baby girl. You hold the power. Chelsea said you gave up your right to help because of everything that happened, right? Bill wanted to, help and support. And Chelsea said, once again, you gave up your right to help when you did what you did. How can you love her and then ditch her, their mom, Dani? The dad I know would have never done that. And who's next, me or Naomi, if you did that? And Bill is like, you are all my heart and soul. And Chelsea said, Mom, it's ours. Trust is gone. I don't know who we are to each other. And, Bill said, you're still my baby girl. You're still my Chelsea bear. And, the words of BB King, the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. Let me bring up. Let me see here, because I want to bring up the lyrics here. Thrill is gone, because I heard this song one day, and it related to a family member of mine that's no longer here. But whoo, my lord, these lyrics right here. Whoo, BB King, you threw down with these lyrics. Hang on, let me take this down for just a second. As the as the fireworks go off there. Hi everybody. Hi. Isn't that a nice shot? The fireworks going off there from Cinderella Castle. Let me show y'all these lyrics, because I feel like these lyrics, they definitely represent how Chelsea feels here. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away. You know you done did me wrong, baby, and you'll be sorry someday. The thrill is gone away from me. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away from me. Though I'll still live on, but so lonely I'll be. The thrill is gone. It's gone away for good. All the thrill is gone, baby. It's gone away from good. Someday I know I'll be open arm, baby, just like I know I should. I'm free now, baby. I'm free from your spell. Oh, free now, baby. I'm free from your spell. And now that that's all over, all I can do is wish you well. Ooh, child, the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone away, child. From Chelsea and Naomi, my Lord Jesus. Woo. And it's like, Bill, I keep saying it, I keep repeating it, and will always be 10 toes down with this statement that I came up with. You cannot ask for construction when you cause destruction. You cannot ask for construction when you cause destruction. You cannot ask for construction when you cause destruction. You can't. And Chelsea is not here for it. So Nicole and Kat talk, and Kat is here to return her earrings, Nicole's earrings, and then Kat says, "Good luck with your Delulu patient." Kat is so supportive. Like, I don't know what's going on in your life, but good luck with your Delulu patients. Like, just the Lulu, you can't wish them well, like, as a person. What do you have any emotional faculties? What's going on with you? But we find out a little bit later why the Lulu patient has come up. Then we're with Vanessa and Joey at Fairmount Crest Country Club. Joey has the same condition as his mom, Vanity. And, Joey has went to the gym, this, that, third, but his niece is telling him a different story. That's why he lied about his mom. Because he didn't know how to say that he was getting older. And it's just like, Joey, I think it would have been better if you would have just been honest, bro. Like, people understand when moms pass away, right? And at least you're, coping with it better than what Kanye West is doing. Who Donda obviously should have swallowed him down her throat. Not sorry to say it. If you feel offended, move the fuck on. I could care less. Kanye is doing anything and everything to be destructive by saying that, the Kardashians, Disney, and Hulu are using these selectively black bred children, rather, and dressed up in a Triple K hood on an interview with DJ PD Epidemics, and wanting to lock kids in cages and shave their heads, and saying he almost unalived his daughter, and being around Andrew and Tris, Aaron, and who's the other brother? Hang on, let me look up the Tate brothers. Let's see, Tate brothers. Tristan, yeah, I was about to say Tristan and Andrew. They are up for rape allegations and human sex trafficking allegations overseas, and so Kanye West is going to hang out with them. So, like I said, I could care less about Kanye West's livelihood. I really could. And so I said that because, Donda passed away because of surgery, and Joey Armstrong's mom passed away because of surgery. But at least Joey is handling it through this lie. While it's not right to lie, at least Joey is handling it better. Vanessa is enterprising, brilliant, and ambitious. And Joey says, I understand if you don't want to work with me, but I hope you will forgive me. And, Shanice, we're back at Greenland Hospital. Shanice said, he should be on camera all the time. And Ashley says, that's my man. And, she said that's a compliment to you. When Andre asked, how is Ashley? Derek says that Ashley is super. And, Derek gets nervous. I could tell, some people, when they really are about their business, they don't know how to move in any other fashion out of business. So I appreciate that humanity from Derek there. So then, of course, Ashley comes into the shop because Andre asked it. Derek does feel a little bit more alive with Ashley. Ashley says there's danger that comes to the territory, and it was a house fire. And, Derek saved the cat, and the woman who came through the hospital, made it all worth it in so many words. Dani calls Bill to warn him of be careful with Naomi, because you know how you are when you want to get revenge on people. And you know what? I got into Dani's ass about kissing Bill. I still think that would be used against her, but she was being mama bear in this situation, and I'm very proud of Dani. She is recognizing that, she may not like Bill, and she has the right to move on, but also to protect your daughters. And I'm very proud of you, Dani, for doing the right thing. Very well done. So, with that being said, Chelsea comes into Orphe Jeans, sees Haley and Becky talk, and Naomi comes into Orphe Jeans and sees Haley and Becky talk, and Naomi is not happy. You know what, Naomi, you need to get on the Becky's ass, okay? All right? These clients are being very flip-floppy for sexual harassment and toxic workplace environment lawsuit, and they need to be on one side and one side only. Because, what the hell? And by the way, y'all, Becky said that, she should not have a meeting with Bill, or somebody else. It was Bill, Naomi. Should not have a conversation with Bill without the presence of Naomi and one other name. And Haley said, I didn't hear my name in that. Child, it's understood without saying that out loud. And so Haley had a smirk when Naomi came over. And Haley said, having a conversation with somebody isn't a crime, but Naomi was right. How would the jury feel about the wife who is married to the founder of the firm trying to intimidate a witness? That's facts. Because you are King of Revenge. You're the King of Revenge, P Moore of Fairmount, crest. You wasn't for the women. Now you're for women. What you going to do next? Have a fake daughter? And by the way, before y'all get upset, I know Brooklyn is Kenya Moore's daughter, okay? That is the only reason why I'm like, you know what? I hope everything works out, because Brooklyn does not deserve to incur the wrath of not having an easy life just because her mom is a trifling, toxic, and just acidic person. I always wish the kids well, because the kids are not asked to be here. But the reason why I say, what's Haley going to do, go get a fake child, is because, like I said, Haley was not here for the women. So now what? You gonna go get a fake child to be like, you know what? See, I just adopted a daughter, and this case really matters to me because now I think about her. And before y'all say, Braylon, you put 20 on 10. Haley flip-flopped on a sexual harassment and toxic workplace lawsuit just to have the lawsuit end. If she will flip-flop on that, ain't no telling what else this concubine of waste will do. Just keep it in a buck. So, with that being said, Haley asked what she could do to make things whole, and Naomi says, stay away. I wish she would said stay the fuck away, but of course you can't really cuss on daytime television. Although the president we have said he could pass him out of the middle of Fifth Avenue and get away with it, the FCC did not do shit to his ass, but that's neither here nor there. So now we're back with Vanessa and Joey. Oh, before that, you have a patient who believes his dead mother is still alive, and so that's where the new patient, came in. With Ted and Nicole now. Best case, Nicole says fire him as a client and he leaves quietly. And then Ted said worst case. Now Vanessa and Joey talk. Joey is a zaddy. Joey has to look up what zaddy means because he doesn't know what zaddy means. So let me give you the definition, Joey, because we love being resourceful around here. So let me ZADDY definition. A sexually attractive man, especially an older one who is fashionable and charismatic. So that's what Vanessa means by zaddy, Joey. Okay, so now you know. And Vanessa's upset not because of him feeling like getting older and vanity, because who isn't getting older, but you underestimate me. And I will only work with you if you promise me no more lies. So then the preview. Dani is emceeing the fashion show. Okay. I said to myself, why do I feel like something bad is going to happen at this fashion show? But let's just pray for a good fashion show. Then Andre has to delete some footage that he caught of Ashley. Don't know what Ashley said, rather, but we shall see. Eva gets some cash. And so, let's just say we'll lay low for a while. Let Ted think he wanted that the anniversary bash, blow it all up. And then Anita is afraid that this is not going to end in any other way than terribly. And it looked like Anita had some true fear on her face. Woo, that is your Beyond the Gates episode 28 after show. Let's talk. Woo. Man, oh man, oh man. First of all, like I said, I'm very proud of Dani for, taking the first step to recognize, hey, you can still be a mother bear and still not stand Bill. I think that's where she needs to be mentally. Like I said, Bill is a bastard to waste. That does not deserve anything good to happen to him. And listen, these are fictional characters. If you are upset by fictional characters, but yet you are not upset by what people who have done wrong or trifling, toxic, tragic, a waste of space, and they are never going to do anything good, you still support them, get the fuck out my face. Now, with that being said, it's mind-boggling too. People will get upset over what they want to get upset about, but will never have the same energy to get upset with what needs to be talked about and needs to be and the energy that needs to be addressed. Because there's some things that actually need to be hated on in the world, and y'all don't match for a fifth quarter or a half of the energy. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, with Dani, very proud of her. Chelsea, good for you, child, for saying that the trust is gone and I don't know what we are anymore. And Bill, you got to swallow that shit. That's why I often say to these parents, and I'm going to just say it. Some of y'all don't deserve to be parents. I'm going to just say that fucking shit right now. Some women don't deserve to be mothers. Some men don't deserve to be fathers. I said what the fuck I said. What? Did I offend your sensibilities? Did I put 20 on 10? Are you feeling a way about? Well, guess what? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. There are people like Bill in this world in male form and female form. Jesus Christ, especially in female form, child. Woo, Jesus. that's neither here nor there. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. That you cause all this destruction and you expect your kids to be about to be for your destruction. No, kids got rights and privileges too. And oh, when the tables turn, y'all don't have the capacity, capability, comprehension, the brain cells, form brain to take in that shit. But you expect everybody else to be on board with what the fuck you've done. Miss me with y'all shit. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Joey lied about his mom passing away. I think that was utterly classless, tasteless, and disgusting behavior. I get that, not having your mom is difficult, but also too, you doing that does not do anything good. If you want to rise in greatness, you have to be great at all times. It doesn't mean that you won't struggle, right? But no, that wasn't cool, Joey. But I'm glad that you and Vanessa worked things out for sure. Like I said, Haley is the Kenyan Revenge P Moore of Fairmount crest by flip-flopping on the sexual harassment lawsuit and toxic workplace environment. And then you say, let's you and me work together. No, and no. You fucking heifer. What is wrong with you? Shut. Like I said, Haley needs to get her ass whooped. Disrespectfully. I mean, where she don't know it when she looks in the mirror, she has a face or not. Yeah, I said that shit. Once again, if y'all want to be upset over fictional characters, but yet y'all are supporting people that are trifling, toxic, and disgusting piece of shit waste of life, and y'all won't call that shit out on virtual reality nor in your real life, get the fuck out my face, okay? This is a fictional show with fictional characters. Okay, but does apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Like I said, also too, Naomi and Dani talking about the little girl inside. I think that conversation was a poignant conversation, but also too, we got bigger issues at hand, right? And when you've done wrong, you've done wrong. And I know Dani's trying to look out for Naomi, but also too, Naomi's right. Bill deserves to be on trial. He does. Andre, very proud of him for doing this documentary. I think it's going to come out really nicely. And of course, we'll see more of the documentary over time. And like I said, I love the edutainment that they put into the show when Shanice talked about artificial intelligence, telehealth, automation, holistic solutions, burnout, and turnovers, because that's very, very true. Like I said, Ted protected Nicole. Very proud of you, but just make sure you're also doing that for Leslie, because my Lord Jesus, I feel like Leslie will do something crazy at that. Will do something crazy at y'all anniversary party that I don't think you're gonna be able to come back from. Chelsea, proud of you for changing your mind and recognizing that this can be a stepping stone for the fashion. The fashion show could be a stepping stone. It does have to be a crutch at all. And yeah, I think that's everything. All right, y'all. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this after show. Like I said, it's been really, really profound, pleasurable, and really enjoyable to give you guys these reviews. I love the show, and it is a new muscle to be able to give you guys new content every single day. But I'm so glad you guys are enjoying it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Bye, everybody.